What's up, guys? Started this new series called Magic Theory, and it's gonna be me talking about my ideas of magic. Some of it might be kind of lessons, some might be kind of food for thought. It's not necessarily gonna be me going through specific already published theory or whatever. Some of it might be published, some of it might not be. Who knows? Just kind of riffing here. So there are two things, or kind of three, two and a half I want to talk about in this one. So first one, I heard a quote, and hang on, let me get cards. For anyone asking, I'm using the Aesop Rock edition of Orbits. Alright, so I heard a quote. Let me give a little background first. Everyone knows the stereotype, magician never reveals their secrets. And, oh, you have to protect the secret. Secrets are most important, can't share it with anyone. I heard a quote. I'm not protecting the secrets of magic from you, I'm protecting you from the secrets of magic. Because, and a lot of magicians know this, 99% of tricks, when they're done and you know how they work, it loses something. It's not as impressive, like, oh, that's so simple, or oh, now I know how it works. It loses, you lose the wonder behind it. For example, if I do, and I've done this to my other videos, if I go over, it looks really good, right? But once you know it's just under the top card, and all I'm doing is with my palm here, I'm sliding a card out and then pushing it over this one as I push it in, just with cover of my hand over it, you lose the wonder behind it. So I thought that was an interesting quote. Definitely food for thought type of thing. And interesting to understand, and I think if more laymen understood that, I think for some people there'd be less of the urge to learn how a trick works, or oh, I must know how it's done, but for others it'd be more of it due to, like for me, enjoying just seeing how stuff works type of thing and understanding the methods behind things and that type of stuff. And yeah, that's the first thing I want to talk about. Second is I really like the idea of organic magic, and I know I don't do a whole lot of it. I usually do card stuff, but I think that's the best form of magic, just because. So the premise of magic is, as a magician, I'm claiming I have magic powers. I can do stuff that someone else can't. I got these supernatural abilities. If I really had supernatural abilities, would I really be using it to change one card into a different one? Or making a coin jump from here to here? So I think, like, the organic magic type of thing, the printing money stuff kind of makes sense. Oh, I'd make money appear out of everywhere. But for me, I think like if you take an object, so I have like a ring or whatever, and you go over it and it becomes something different. That type of stuff. But if you could take like a rock and make it into like an orange, which I'm sure there's ways to do that, I just wouldn't typically do them or come up with stuff like that. But I think that's probably the purest form of magic and the most magical. And it's something I keep in the back of my mind, something kind of what I strive towards, but at the same time I do have this love for cards and the stuff I do currently in the style of magic I have. So it's not like I'm forgetting that and shifting my focus solely to that, but especially when I do perform, trying to make it an organic moment type of thing is trying to increase the level of impossibility rather than claiming I have magic powers. I say, oh, the cards are magic, whatever, and that's why they can change into different ones. I'm just the one holding them. That's just the way I perform. I'm not saying everyone has to. Everyone's got their own style. Just, again, a food for thought type of thing. Another thing I want to talk about is something that's inspired me recently. So, give me just a sec. Alright, something that really interested me recently is pendulums. And I know it's kind of hard to see. I just tied the ring to a fishing line. It's decently long. Let me change angles real quick. Alright, so, sorry, excuse me, I kind of got a lot going on here. But, so, this you can kind of fool yourself. You can try it out too. So I'm just holding the fishing line and hold it up a little bit. Hold it as still as possible. And what you're going to do is you're just going to imagine it going back and forth. And what's going to start doing, you can see it a little bit. Just imagine really hard the ring moving back and forth. You can start seeing it move. And then imagine it going a different way. Imagine it going sideways. And see how it switches directions. And then imagine it doing clockwise circles. And it'll start doing clockwise circles. You can kind of see that. And imagine it stops and goes the other way, starts doing counterclockwise circles. And I'm not doing anything to influence the ring intentionally, But I found this really fooling, even though I know how it works type of thing, is that subconsciously your brain's causing your hand to do those type of motions. But try it out. It's really interesting because like you can intentionally be holding the string so still, and you can see these things happen and it changes and everything, and depending on the way you're thinking about it and stuff. And I just found that really interesting and a really cool concept, especially if, as a magician, it's the closest thing I've found to magic in a while. Because I don't mean that there's no other magic out there, but when you become a magician, you, like I said before, you lose that sense of wonder because you understand how things work. So when you do see something fooling or particularly amazing, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. So that's all I thought that was. But yeah, found that interesting. But yeah, that's all the stuff I want to talk about in this one. Try a little short. Some of them might be longer, some of them might be shorter. Just kind of doing whatever. But hope you guys like. Comment down below your thoughts, other things you'd like to hear my thoughts about. And yeah, see you next time.